Welcome to Revolutionize with yours truly, Dr. A.G. Green Sr. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Using a different setup and configuration today. So glad to see you. And I'm going to play the music here too as well. See if there's any changes in the sound. I appreciate your patience in this matter. And let's see. Let me know if you can see and hear me well, and I'm going to hit the music and let me know how that sounds. Grand rising to our resident therapist, Pastor Jerry Cotton. He says he can see and hear me well. Did the sound change? Did the sound change when I played the music? As you can see, I'm out of town, actually in a hotel room, and I couldn't get my laptop to do what I needed it to do, so I'm streaming on my tablet. All right, thank you, Monica. Let's see. Okay, the sound didn't change. Isn't that amazing? It changes on the PC, but it didn't change on the tablet. Fascinating. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Loud and clear. Okay, let's see. And you can hear my voice pretty good. Just want to make sure that my voice is coming through. Yes, it's a different setting today. Worked on that laptop for about an hour and a half. I hadn't used it in a while since I got my multimedia computer, my old one set up. All my notes and everything. So I'm just gonna go with the flow today. Let me know again if you can hear me well. I want to make sure my voice is strong, coming through with clarity. Appreciate you so much. Grand rising to you, and you. Almighty, I'm so thankful and grateful for this moment and this opportunity that's been granted to us. Thank you for your guidance, for your empowerment, for your strength. Thank you for activating a strong resolve to evolve, transform, and descend. And we bless you as we remember the name, the way, the power of the consciousness of Yeshua. It is so, and so it is. Yes, I wanted to discuss that series, The Challenges of Faith, and I went off and left my portable storage drive with that message on it, Pastor Cotton. So I'm going to have to pick that back up next Sunday. But nevertheless, we'll discuss some things with you today. I always like to remind you what Philippians chapter 4 says. I can do all things through Christ, through the Christos, through the Christ mind, who strengthens me. I want you to type in the comment section and speak out loud, I can. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. Type in the comment section. I can. No matter what you're facing, no matter what you're dealing with, no matter what the adversity, no matter what the challenges, I can. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. You've got to know that you have a partnership with Christ, with the Christ mind, with the energy, with the presence of the creator, the source, and the sustainer. And no matter what's happening in your life, I can. Speak it out loud to yourself right now. I can. Think it in your heart and your mind in this moment. I can. I can keep my sanity. I can maintain my level of peace. I can. I can. I can. It's so wonderful to have I can as a strong part of your vocabulary, something that grounds you in the infinite, something that grounds you in all possibilities. I can. I can. I can. What a wonderful thing it is to know that you know that you know that you know. I can. The text says, now to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. He that is joined to the Lord is one spirit. One text says, in him we live and move and have our being. You are one with the Creator. You are one with God. You're not powerless. You are powerful. You are a divine species, a divine creation. I want you to type in the comment section and speak it out loud to yourself. I am powerful. Come on, type in the comment section. I am powerful. I am powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Know the power. Recognize the power. Embrace the power. I am powerful. Our resident mystic Wesley Turk is watching us on Patreon, and he has just typed in the comment section, I am powerful. Come on, type in the comment section, I am powerful. Did you speak it out loud? Did you say it to yourself? Declare and decree, I am powerful. Oh, what a blessing to know that you're empowered. What a wonderful piece of information to know that you know that you know that you know. Weakness is not your portion. Failure is not your portion. Your reality shifts at will. Your reality shifts in consciousness because you shift in consciousness. What a wonderful and powerful thing it is to be able to humbly own and recognize the power that you possess. It's a wonderful, wonderful, awesome, awesome thing to know the power, to recognize the power, and to flow in the power. So glad to see you, and you on today. There we go. I am powerful. And Hillary, I left my notes at home, so I don't, you asked me to send you the scriptures yesterday. I won't be able to send them to you. So whatever I say today will basically be coming off the top of my head. All right, so glad to see you on. So y'all follow me, my two assistants who do such a superb job. Want to remind you, and first of all, we want to thank our new community members. You know who you are. All our community is not on now, but we just want to celebrate and salute. I'm gonna call your name out. I don't typically call names, but I said, welcome, Monica, to the community. And we've got people who are joining paid and free weekly. This is a growing community, and I thank all those who are watching me live on YouTube and in Patreon. What a wonderful thing it is to be a part of a tribe that you vibe with. Come on, I want you to type it in the comment section. I vibe with my tribe. Type in the comment section, I vibe with my tribe. Yes, our resident mystic Wesley Turk, Monica says, welcome to the tribe. Yes, I vibe with my tribe. Hillary welcomes you. I vibe with my tribe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What is this? $1 key. Okay. I vibe with my tribe. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. I vibe with my tribe. Powerful. Look at all the welcomes for you, Monica. From YouTube to Patreon, they're welcoming you right now. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we want to continue to spread the word to like-spirited, like-hearted, like-minded people who are deconstructing religion and embracing pure spirituality. We are so thankful and grateful for our tribe here today. And before I ask you a series of questions, I just need to check on you and see how you're doing today. But before we get to that, we got a praise and gratitude alert. Praise and gratitude alert. I want you to type in the comment section what you are thankful and grateful for. Type in the comment section what you are thankful and grateful for. Real quickly, I want to know what you're thankful and grateful for. Type that in the comment section what you are thankful and grateful for. Let me know what you're thankful and grateful for real quickly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see here. I am most grateful for life, health, and strength. So thankful for life, health, and strength. Let's see what you're thankful and grateful for today. I want to know what you're thankful and grateful for on today. So make sure you share it in the comment section. Our resident mystic says grateful for spending time with his baby sis yesterday. Our resident mystic Wesley Turk says that. Let's see what we got. Hillary, see, she says yes, praise and gratitude alert. Let's see. Our resident therapist says thankful and grateful for divine ability to create awesomeness. What Krista says here, I'm grateful for my health and power. And to my assistants, one has already texted me some scriptures. We're going to use those scriptures and then see if you can find those scriptures about Abraham and Sarah from last week. If you can remember that, if you took notes. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Monica says, I'm thankful and grateful for my health, my home, my family, loved ones, and continued opportunities to grow. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. Hillary says, thankful and grateful for your wisdom and guidance. My life has changed in ways I can't explain. I'm grateful that everything works out for me. Grateful for an amazing weekend. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, my powerful niece. All right. Thank you so much for sharing the things that you are thankful and grateful for. Thank you so much for sharing those things. Pastor Cotton, I can talk a little bit about what I discussed last week, even without notes. We're going to find the scriptures on Abraham that I used, Abraham and Sarah that I used, I think that was last week, that I used last week. And then the faith scriptures that we can utilize. Mark 11:24, we can do that. Hebrews 11:1. Thank you. That look like Linda's on Patreon today, saying I am powerful. Romans 4:17, Matthew 9:29. I want the specific scriptures I discussed as it relates to Abraham and Sarah with the child. Let's see. Okay, yes, we did use Genesis 12, 1 through 3, and then there was another scripture, a couple of chapters after that we used. But since she put up 12, 1 through 3 NIV, yes, there we go. And Genesis 21, 1 through 2. Thank you, our resident therapist. Put that up. Thank you. I'm glad. I know if some of y'all tell me you take notes, I appreciate that. We're going to get at it here. Let me turn this music off. All right. The Lord had said to Abram, go from your country, your people, and your father's household to a land that I will show you. That's in NIV, verse 2. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing, and will be a blessing. Will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, he says, curse, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. And I'm sure Chris will put up the King James to that in a minute. And yes, as our resident therapist put, we do want Genesis 21, 1 through 2. And then we're going to go to Mark 11:24, those other things that Chris had texted me. We'll go over those scriptures too, Hillary. Okay? Let's see here. Thank you so much. There's the King James. Now the Lord said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house into a land that I will show thee. And I will, and we'll read the second part as it's put up. Abram, before his name was changed to Abraham, some believe it means high father, exalted father. He says, make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great. And thou shalt be a blessing, and I will bless them that bless thee and curse them that curseth thee. And in thee should all the families of the earth be blessed. That's King James. Okay, let's see here. Now we're going to go to Genesis 21, 1 through 2. Genesis 21, 1 through 2. And then we'll revisit some of these other faith texts. Um, and our resident therapist, would you put up again the name of the series along with what installment we're on? He keeps up with that for me. I'm just gonna be honest. I just stopped naming numerical values, attaching them. I should, but I just don't get around to it. I appreciate him keeping up with that. And I'll put it on the screen when he types it in. Okay. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great. Uh, here we go. Here we go. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said. The Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken. Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age at the set time. Let's see, of which God had spoken to him. All right. All right. What is that text? I'm thinking about it, Pastor Cotton. That text, let's see, that text about Sarah giving Hagar, the handmaid. That's the one I covered as well, giving Hagar, the handmaid. All right. We're at part 3, the challenges of manifesting faith. The challenges of manifesting faith. The challenges of manifesting faith. Okay. Very good. Very good. And Hillary, you can put the NIV up to that if you want to. We're going to go to uh, Mark 11:24, Hebrews 11:1, Romans 4:17, and Matthew 9:29. We're going to weave it into the presentation today. Okay. Let's see here. I want to touch on some of what I started last week in terms of a refresher course. I think that, as I have said before, and in case you haven't done it, Linda's on YouTube with us now. Wonderful. Make sure that you read the blog series on the Bible, and it will give you something to consider in terms of what we've been taught to accept it literally, and at times figuratively. And I bring up that because there are many people, of course, who believe that these stories are just merely a collection of fables, and we'll get into that later. Whether it is a collection of fables or not, I believe that it is a powerful spiritual and psychological drama that has been played out for us purposely. And I believe that within the framework of these stories, there are many powerful spiritual, psychological, as well as life-changing principles for us that applied to our personal lives, they will make a tremendous change within who and what we are as a being. I particularly love the character of Abraham because he has demonstrated in the text, he's modeled faith. He's modeled someone who has a strong, um, unwavering commitment to the creator, source, and sustainer, one who has a strong, unwavering faith, one who, despite what is presented to him, always seems to stand fast and firm in his conviction. Yes, there are some times in the text where he lied about Sarah being his wife when he met Abimelech, so forth and so on, that showed a weakness. But that's not a bad thing because all of us contain weaknesses of some sort. But yet and still, he's a resilient character. He's a resilient figure in that he seems to know how to recover. The backdrop of this particular story is he was promised a seed, he was promised an heir, he was promised offspring. in the ancient world, in case you hadn't noticed it, it's largely patriarchal. And when I say in the ancient world, I don't mean the whole ancient world, because that would span tens of thousands of years. I mean certain parts of the ancient world are heavily ruled by men. So as I have shared before on this particular broadcast and others, the Bible is a patriarchal book. The Bible is a patriarchal book. I want you to type in the comment section, the Bible is a patriarchal book. Type that in the comment section. The Bible is a patriarchal book. Type that in the comment section. The Bible is a patriarchal book. It's a patriarchal book. That means that it is a book that is centered around masculinity, males, male energy, male dominance. This is why the men have most of the power and the authority, and women have very little. Now, again, I really don't want to get off the beaten path with this today, but some people need to open their minds and their hearts to see that the God that is presented in this book is a God in many respects that is birthed out of a society's cultural beliefs. This is why we see the contrivance of the creation of a creator favoring men and giving men all of the rights. For example, a lot of people don't love when Dan McClellan, who's one of my favorite scholars, public scholar that you see on TikTok and different places now, who's stirred up a lot of controversy because he merely shares the data. When he talks about rape being justified in scripture, when he talks about women being seen basically as property, when you study the Bible, if you look between the lines and stop allowing yourself to receive what I call hand-me-down theology, which is somebody else's whitewashing and a beautifying of the text to make it look as if everything in there always has a positive light. If you get beyond that prism, you'll see it for what it really is. A book that is thoroughly in line with the culture, the soul of the culture, the soul of the nation, a soil of the society it was written in. Women were basically treated. This is where dowries come in at. You see that in the text. You see Jacob having to work 14 years for 2 wives. You had to pay for a woman, and you usually had to pay with a dowry. In that day, it could be something agricultural, sheep, whatever. And then secondly, when you read the law, and I don't have time to get into it, when you read the law, family, you'll see that a woman's value was diminished or reduced if she wasn't a virgin. If she presented herself to be a virgin when she got married, and that husband found out later that she had been with another man before she married him, he could divorce her if he wanted to. And it did happen in many cases. And get a refund. I think he could get a refund of whatever he gave, because it's like, we made this transaction with my property in a woman who was not a virgin. You misled me. It's almost like false advertising. It is what false advertising today. You go into a place, there's a price up, and you get inside the store, and that's not the price. You can sue them for false advertising. You can literally take them to court for that. So this is the reason why it is so patriarchal dominant. Patriarchal dominant. Let me take that off the screen. It's because it is a book that favors men. I'm going to say it again. It is a book that favors men. And so as a result of that, It was considered to be a high value or the best thing that could happen to a couple if they had a man. Yes, they wanted a man to work the fields and so forth and so on, but males were considered the highest priority. Now check this out. I don't have time to get into it, but the God who loves everybody, the God who supports everybody, the God who created everything, why would that God create a system where women are basically treated less than human at times, treated like property? Why would that God create a system like that? Isn't that a good question? By the time we get to the New Testament, it's even worse. A lot of people don't realize that, for example, a lot of the Roman men were gay. Many of them didn't even sleep with their wives. I say many. There's a large group of them in the first century that didn't even have sexual relations with their wives. Their wives, again, could not hold property. Same way it was in the Old Testament and New Testament. There were some exceptions we see. See, I'm off the path now. I'm sorry. There's some exceptions we see. For example, the daughters of Zelophehad, a resident therapist and then a resident mystic. They've been to school. They would know who these daughters were. Their father and mother died, and the law was women couldn't hold property, couldn't own property. Moses' decision to allow these women to inherit the property of their father was huge because, again, women did not have enough respect and honor to be able to be homeowners, to be landowners. Crazy, crazy stuff. So it was prophesied that they would, produce a child. And we saw what happened recently when Hagar decided, okay, I'm going to help God. I'm going to help the source. I'm going to give my handmaid, Hagar, to him. And then on top of that, we read the text of how he eventually married Hagar. And I really, really, during that message, had to take note of my own self because there are a lot of things, number one, we're inspired to believe from God, the creator, source, and sustainer. There are a lot of things we as spirit beings, our God self, our higher self, it's that is speaking to us. And let me say this, many times what people mistake as the voice of the Almighty is really your voice. You just don't know it. It is that you, that is the real you, not physical, not flesh and blood, not your brain. It's you. Okay. And so it is speaking to us many times and revealing the future or revealing decisions that we should make or revealing things we should do or revealing our true identity. And in the revelation of this identity, there are times we wonder how this is going to happen. There are times we question if it's really the divine, if it's really meant to be. How can I have this much money? How can I attain the education to get in this door? How can I attain the connections to have this business? How can I possibly, with nothing in my bank account, drive a vehicle? How can I, with nothing in my bank account, write a book? How can I, in the position, the situation I'm in now, attain what appears to be a lofty goal? Sarah was 10 years younger than her husband and was always barren. Sometimes, again, sometimes things don't work and we blame it on the source. We blame it on God or we blame it on the devil. And we read in the text how she thought God made her barren. Again, another principle to extract from the text. You got to be careful, especially with these folks who say they pray and you hear from God all the time. You got to be careful of people who are always hearing from God or who make explanations about God that really don't align with the true character of the Creator. And I say this, and I'm going to continue to say this, and I'll continue to show you more proof that many times in the Bible, the God that's being depicted is not the real God. It is a false God. It is somebody else that they are referring to. She literally thought that she was barren because God made her that way. And I know a lot of people. I know some people now who are in 30 to 40-year marriages who feel like they have to take crap because they messed up before, they erred before. So they'll turn around and take all of this stuff they should not be taking because they said this is what God wants them to do as a form of restitution or atonement. It's just not, God's not in that. Not the real God. Maybe your religious God is, but the real God isn't. I know of some women right now who are dead today, or severely damaged psychologically because a church mother or a pastor told them to stay in an abusive relationship. Some cases the man killed the woman. Other cases he damaged her so psychologically and physically until even by the time she was able to get out, she lost portions and dimensions of herself that at some point in time she had to, through healing, regain. But we put this stuff on God. Well, the reason my car broke down is because of God. Just like a couple of weeks ago when I was on the side of the road, I told y'all that story. I'm not blaming that on God. I'm blaming that on me as a little God. Why would he want me to be on the side of the road? Listen, God does not have to strike anybody with sickness just to show them he's a healer. God does not have to put anybody in deleterious situations just so he can show up as a savior and say, see how I can save you? That's like an egotistical God. That's like an insecure God who's constantly in your face trying to show you how wonderful it is. And as I have said before, why would an omnipotent being be insecure or jealous? Something for us to consider. I went off on the tangent there for a few minutes. But Sarah, I want you to type her name in the comment section. Type the word Sarah. Type the word Sarah in the comment section. Type the word Sarah in the comment section. Type the word Sarah in the comment section. And I'm ready for those. We can put up the first text for my sisters who are watching me. Thank you. Sarah. Can anybody identify with Sarah who's watching me now? There's like some things that seem so impossible, beyond ability, that you want to accomplish or that you've dreamt about or somebody told you they saw you doing, and you kind of feel like Sarah at times. It's like, I just don't see it. I'm having a hard time fathoming it. I'm having a hard time thinking that that's me, thinking that, I can do that. And many times we're like Sarah, we start out strong. We start out hot and heavy. Oh yeah, I can do this. Yes, yes. But let time pass by. Let the 3D not reflect back to us any confirmations of what it is we were told we were going to accomplish or we were inspired to accomplish. Let it take 5 months and we still see nothing. Let 6 months go by and we still see nothing. Let 9 or 12 months go by and we still see nothing. Let 2 months go by and we still see nothing. Is there anybody who can relate to Sarah? Because I most certainly can. I most certainly can. I can relate to Sarah. I've been in situations, a lot of stuff, wonderful things have been said to me, prophesied to me, shared with me. And I even myself have seen a lot of things and heard the voice of the Creator. And it's like, this right here, is this really me? How could this be me? It's like, I don't even have the current resources in my hands. It's like, I don't even have those connections. It's like, I don't even know those people. You find yourself like Sarah as time goes on. And remember, it is believed from a timeline perspective that this was a 25-year process, 24 to 25-year process. Time continues to move and no child yet, no baby yet. The promise is unfulfilled. I want you to type it in the comment section. How do I act when the promise hasn't arrived yet? Type that in the comment section. How do I act when the promise hasn't arrived yet? And when I say promise hasn't arrived, I mean it hasn't manifested. Maybe we can say that. How do I act when the promise hasn't manifested yet? Type that in the comment section. How do I act when the promise has not manifested yet? That is something that we should all consider. How do I deal with that? How do I handle When there appears to be a delay. Anybody know what I'm talking about here? When there appears to be a delay, how do I act? How do I conduct myself? Do I lose my little mind? Do I break down? Do I give up? Do I throw in the towel? How do I act? Well, the pastor said he saw this for me and nothing happened, or I was dreaming and I know that was a dream from God or a dream from my higher self. And it's been 5 years. It's been 15 months. But how do you act? How do you respond to that? How do you deal with that? Because that is a great question we all need to ask ourselves. And hear what I'm saying today. Faith is about conviction. Remember, the strongest component of faith is conviction. I feel this. It's conviction. I want you to type that word in the comment section, conviction. Conviction. Type that in the comment section, conviction. Type that in the comment section for me, conviction. See, you see, thank you. You see, when you have faith, the word faith, Greek word pistis, it's a conviction of truth about God, a credence or conviction of some religious truth or truth concerning God. When you have a faith, you have a conviction. Now, hear me. Hear me. I'm going to ask you all a question. I want you to put one thing in the comment section. Conviction means convinced, or inner convincing, or a knowing. I want you to put one thing in the comment section you have a conviction about. Just one thing. Type it real quickly. Type it real quickly. I want you to type at least one thing you have a real conviction about. I don't care what it is. It could be about food. It could be about a person. It could be about relationships. And we're not going to judge, family, whether it is accurate or inaccurate. I just want to know, it might be that fat meat is greasy. I don't know what it is, but listen, I want you to type in the comment section at least one thing you have a conviction about. At least one thing you have a conviction about. Okay, let's see here. He says, to the unseen spirit. Okay. Anybody else want to put at least one thing you have a conviction about? Mm-hmm. At least one thing you have a conviction about. Real quickly. Let's see. Okay, relationships. Anybody else? Anybody else? One thing you have a conviction about. Real quickly, one thing you have a conviction about. The reason why I'm asking you to put this up in the comment section, okay? Okay, there we go. There's another one. Okay. So when you have a conviction, you are convinced, and I should say this, by a belief, or your conviction is a belief. This is how I should say this. Your conviction is a belief. Your conviction is a belief. I'm going to say that again. You are so convinced by what you believe or by the faith in a situation, a circumstance or a thing. You are convinced, for example, I use fat meat is greasy. Can't nobody tell you nothing different about fat meat not being greasy. See, let's have a conversation. Have a conversation about meat. And listen, all fat meat's not greasy. If you got a conviction about fat meat being greasy, you're not going to be easily swayed, fam. It's a deep It's not just a spiritual thing. It's not just a mental thing. It is not a neurological thing. Your emotions, your whole being is unapologetically convinced that fat meat is greasy. People are going to get in arguments with you. People are going to leave disappointed because the only thing you know, did you catch that? The only thing you know is that all fat meat you've ever encountered is greasy. You are convinced. And a lot of times we don't act the way we should act because we're not convinced. We don't really have the conviction. Because in the moment when we start wavering, that's when the conviction wavered. In the moment we start doubting, that's when the conviction wavered. Did you catch that? In the moment we started panicking, that's when the conviction wavered. I want you to catch what I'm saying today. Because if you believe fat meat is greasy, you 10 toes down, and not only 10 toes down, family, but your feet are so planted in that belief. It's so planted in that belief, family, until nothing is going to move you. Nothing is going to move you. Did you catch what I just said? And it is true. Sometimes we have convictions in things that are just don't serve us. I want you to type this in the comment section. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Type this in the comment section. Our convictions are subjective. I want you to type that in the comment section. Our convictions are subjective. Let me look at my time here. I'm doing good on time. Our convictions are subjective. This is something we need to talk about for a few minutes because it's your reality, but it doesn't mean it's somebody else's reality. I'm going to say it one more again. It's your reality, but it doesn't mean it's somebody else's reality. Which ultimately means that because I think it or believe it doesn't mean it's a spiritual universal reality or a spiritual universal truth. It's just something I have a conviction about. It's just something I know as a conscious creator. It's something I know as a divine being that I am convicted about, that's not always related to anything beneficial from the spiritual world, the spiritual dimension, God, source, creator, and sustainer. It is my conviction. But people, we don't typically react or respond correctly because in that moment, my conviction is under such large, intense fury in terms of assault, furious assault, until I'm shaking now. Hear me. You can be nervous with a conviction. You can. You can be nervous with a conviction. You can be concerned with a conviction. But faith really is always going to work when you have a conviction, and that conviction again is knowing, not trying to believe, not still doing research to see if what I'm, believe is real. No, in that moment or in the moments that you have accumulated and built this conviction, you know that you know that you know that you know that you know. And so when that is the case, when something happens or shows up in your world that is opposite of what your conviction is, which again is subjective, you've decided to believe this personally based on what you believe God has said, the text has said, experience has said, whatever. You stand in that conviction. You live in that conviction every single day, and people are not going to move you. I feel that. This is why people who struggle with worthiness, they struggle with worthiness because they've been living in a conviction of unworthiness for so long. I am convicted or convinced I'm just not that worthy. That when we try to feel and believe we're worthy and stuff keeps popping up in our lives to seemingly say to us, not worthy, not worthy, not worthy. If you don't have the new conviction of your worthiness, you will default back into the conviction of unworthiness. And then you're going to have a response that might not align with the new conviction of your worthiness. Same as it relates to a prosperous mindset. I'm prosperous, I'm prosperous, I'm abundant, I'm abundant, I'm abundant. You're saying this, you're affirming this, you're trying to step into that role and step into that identity. And you're developing a deeper conviction. But then your lights get cut off, or then you look at your checking account and it's in the negative, or then you get excuse me, I said bad, I want to say that differently. You get a report from the job. Well, you're no longer needed. Hear what I'm saying today. If we have a true abiding conviction about abundance, getting fired from a job, terminated, losing income should never change that conviction. If it can change that conviction, then you didn't have deep enough roots. Yeshua teaches a lesson on the different kinds of soil in Scripture. Soil that is on top of the ground, soil that is barely submerged, and then soil that is deeply submerged in the ground. Soil, the word is choked out, or the word is eaten up by birds. This is a parable he uses. In other words, the seed of faith is not submerged deeply enough and not protected against predators, and can easily be plucked up at any time. I feel something here. When we don't have a conviction that is our identity, a conviction that is from our identity, I want you to type it in the comment section. Conviction is a part of identity. Type that in the comment section. Conviction is a part of identity. Come on, type that in the comment section. Conviction is a part of identity. It's a part of identity. Now, I want you to know that conviction is not separate from you. Conviction is a part of you. You can't just you shouldn't just be trying to pick up conviction like I picked up this coffee cup, and then put that conviction down. You know how you used to hear the old church folks say, I'm going to lay my religion down. I'm going to lay my religion down. You should never be able to lay your relationship with God, the creator, divine source, and sustainer down. It's a part of your identity. You can't ask a dog to be a cat. You can't ask a zebra to be a horse. You can't ask a lion to be a cow. Conviction, family, is a part of your identity. There's a text that says praise is commonly for the upright. Basically, that's saying that, it's good, it's conducive, it's proper, but more importantly, it should be a part of the identity of those who love God, the creator, source, and sustainer, where you are thankful. That should be a part of your nature to love. It should be a part of your nature to be thankful. So conviction is a part of identity. So the thing that you have faith for is not a thing that I'm picking up and putting down, picking up and putting down, pick it up and putting down. No, I am it all the time. And this is the thing I want to teach about manifesting things through prayer and so forth and so on. The reason why many times we don't see these things manifest is because we have not become the identity of the person who possesses it. We have not become the identity of the person who really has it, because the conviction is not there. Some days I think it's can happen. Some days I don't think it. Okay, it's not really a part of your identity. That vacillating, that double-mindedness right now is a part of your identity when it comes to certain subjects. I've been there before. But you got to move to the side where it's a singular mind of conviction about whatever it is you listen. If you are healed, you don't pick up, I'm healed, I'm not healed. I'm healed. I'm not healed. You go to the doctor and they say, well, look like things have gotten worse. I'm not healed. You don't pick that up. No, you put it down. One of my brothers, a god brother, was talking to me last week, sharing his testimony. And he was really sick at one time, had a kidney transplant, had to have a kidney transplant. Really, really sick, on and off for months. I'm talking about fainting, falling out, having to go in the hospital, having to have his, do stuff to his kidney, take fluid off. It was just, it wasn't a good report for several months for him. He's maybe 2 or 3 years older than me. And finally, they found him a kidney after 1-2 years of this saga that he was dealing with. In the hospital 1 week, 2 weeks, multiple times in the year, just in the presence of people and just passing out, his body full of toxins and poisons and other stuff going on. And his doctor was an atheist. He just didn't believe in God, period. And so he told his doctor, he said, the doctor was talking to him about the surgery. It's going to be like this, it's going to be like that, and it might not work, and all this other kind of stuff he's telling him. He said, first of all, Doc, God's got me. God's with me. This is fine. This is good. He said, matter of fact, what's going to happen to you, and he just told me this last week. He said, what's going to happen is when you hook that new kidney up to me, I'm going to pee on everybody in the room. Everybody in the room. And he said, the doctor looked back at him and said, oh, you one of them. He said, I'm one of what? He said, you one of them believers. He's like, yep, I'm one of them believers. He said, watch what's going to happen. God's going to show you a miracle with this whole surgery. It's going to be like something you ain't never seen before. He said the doctor had a smirk on his face. He was like, yeah, okay. Went into surgery, did the surgery, and surgery was successful. He's in recovery like a day or two after the surgery. And one of the nurses comes in and says to him, called his name and said, sir, let me tell you what happened during your surgery. We hooked that new kidney up to you, and you literally peed on everybody in the room. Everybody in the room. And he's like, okay. So a few days went by, it was like a day or two went by. They had to come in and check his stitches, where the incision, where they inserted the new kidney, all this other kind of stuff. And the nurse came in to check him, and there was a big old on her face. And she ran out the room, come back with his doctor. And he said, his doctor looked and was scratching his head and was like, what? This is the atheist doctor. He said the atheist doctor left the room and he could hear him leaving the room and said, God did this, God did this, God did this. He said, they still didn't tell him what was going on. He said, next thing he know, that doctor brings in a team of doctors, like 5-6 doctors surrounding his bed, examining his wound. Looking, he said, nobody still has told him anything. And he said, they finally told him, this is a miracle. He said, what's a miracle? What are y'all talking about? You haven't told me anything. He said, it looks like we never even operated on you. Your wound is healed, gone. It's like there is no nothing. It's like it's completely healed. It's gone. It's healed. Why did I share that story with you? Because he had a conviction of faith about his God. And the doctor, with his trying to prepare him, this may not work, and it's going to take you months before this kidney work. That's how the conversation started. It's probably not going to even work. A second miracle they told him is that he was not supposed to be peeing. They looked and did a further examination of his kidneys. He was already peeing after the surgery. They said, we're expecting mush. You should have mush because it's a new kidney. It's not. He literally was generating pee and could pee. They told him this is not supposed to happen after surgery. That faith in that, my brother, had a deep conviction that was unwavering to the point of sounding like delusion to other people. In other words, you got 4 or 5 degrees. You done operated on several people. Hear what I'm saying today. you got this, a wonderful, wonderful reputation in your field, but this is what my conviction says versus your education. And my conviction says this miracle is mine. This is who I am. This is what happens for me. This is what's going to happen for me. And I don't care if you don't believe this. I know it. I know it. Did y'all catch that? It was a part of his identity to walk in faith. Now, catch what I'm saying today. Hear what I'm saying today. And I'm not going to, my brother don't really watch, so I'm not going to, y'all not going to know who he is. But by the traditional standards of the church that he is connected to, he has been married probably 7 or 8 times now. There's a group of people in his own denomination that would say, well, God's not really listening to him. He's been married 7 times. What are you talking about? This, that, and the other. You're not really even saved. Did you hear what I'm saying? By his own denomination, what's working for him and happening for him is not supposed to happen. This is why I say this has nothing to do with your morality. This has everything to do with your conviction. It has nothing to do with other people's subjective beliefs. It has everything to do with your subjective belief. And what is your conviction? So catch this, family. Y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? Tell me if you're ready for this, yes or no, what I'm getting ready to say. Tell me if you're ready for this. Y'all ready for this? Type yes or no if you're ready for this. I got some I'm getting ready to drop on you. Y'all ready? I got one, I'm ready. Anybody else? Hey, can I get 2? Can I get 2? Can I get 2? Okay, check this out. Your convictions are your manifested reality. I'm going to say it again. Your convictions, which really is saying what I have faith in, aka a conviction, is the reality I manifest. Type in the comment section, I am manifesting my convictions. Wow, I feel that one. I am manifesting my convictions. Faith, when persisted in, always manifest in a negative or positive. I am manifesting my convictions. So check this out. If I'm manifesting my convictions, and again, I've shown you in quantum physics from the observer effect, the double slit experiment, which gives us the observer effect, which shows us that whatever we focus our attention on moves from one state to another, moves from an invisible to a visible, moves from all potential to the thing we believe it to be. That means everything that y'all typed in the comment section, that's your conviction. You're manifesting it right now. It might be quiet for the next few minutes. You are manifesting your convictions right now. Whatever you typed in the comment section is your conviction. You are manifesting it. Wow. Yes, you are. You're manifesting it. If you think that you always end up last, you're manifesting it. Because that's your conviction. And this is what we do about a conviction. This is what we do about a conviction. We don't just think it, we imagine it. And then after we imagine it, we start talking about it. So watch this. You'll have a thought. Yes, I'm just always, it never works out for me. It's like, I always have to take the hard road. I always have to go through the most difficult things just to get where I want. You'll be thinking that. And then you'll be imagining 10 or 15 different scenes in your life to confirm that, yep, right there, I was last in that. I was last to get hired. I was last to get a raise. Yep. I was last to find this. I was last to find that. Yep. I was last to be able to get qualified for that. You know, it's last. Next thing you know, you start having conversations with people. Ooh, yeah, child, let me tell you something. If it's gonna be tough, it's gonna be in my life. I have the hard road in everything. Yes, I do. Sometimes you be laughing there. Sometimes folk will be crying. It's just the way my life is. I just grown and accepted. This just, You know, it's not going to ever work out for me the first couple of times. I got to go through stuff. I just got to experience some, you know, some hell. It's just where it is. That's your conviction. And you're creating it. You're creating it. So whatever you're convicted about is what your faith is creating. It's what your faith is manifesting. And hear me, these convictions, again, can be positive or negative. They can be positive or negative. These are your convictions. And so the self-fulfilling prophecy is you. The self-fulfilling prophecy is the divine you. The self-fulfilling prophecy, again, some people don't like you to hear this, a conscious universe that's listening to you. Oh, this is what you believe about you. I can only give you back what you give to me. And what you give to me is that, you know, your life is filled with calamity all the time. So I give you back calamity. I give you back the hard road. I give you back the hard way to go. Because this is the world you're co-creating for yourself. My goodness, I feel this one. How many of y'all can identify with what I'm saying today? When you think a thing, imagine a thing, and talk about a thing, it's usually because this is what you believe. This is your conviction. I've been there before. I've been there before. And the way to change it is because, again, let me revisit this. Now I am in identity, this person with this conviction. I'm going to say it again. Now I am the identity of a being with this person who has this conviction. And this conviction shows up in imagination. This conviction shows up in meditation. And this conviction shows up in manifestation. Convictions lead to manifestation. So I have to shift my thinking, which means I'm going to shift my state of consciousness, which means I'm going to shift the frequencies that I vibrate at, which means I'm going to shift the identity that was me into something that becomes the new me based on my new conviction, which is my new faith, which is my new faith in these beliefs. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. You literally have to become the person that everything always works out for your good. And sometimes we slip up and we forget it. Just come back to that identity. Just come back to you. Sometimes we have a mess up. It's all right. Just come back to the real you. Let that identity that has dominated so long in your life that it's got to work out in my favor. Let that you step up to the plate and remind you this is who and what we really are. Let me finish up here. I hope you're enjoying this so far. You have to be the identity of the person with the conviction. And the power is within you to shift that. The power is within you to change that. Hear what I'm saying today? Listening to some people talking about old age and talking about one doctor said, oh, it's more than a number. Listen, I'm going to go on record saying this because there is proof again in the medical field and in the field of psychology that your cells in your body, which is you, listens to everything you say to it. And if you keep thinking, I got to get worse because I get older. If you keep thinking I got to be sick because I get older. If you keep thinking I can't be the best me because I'm older now, you'll never convince me of that. And yes, sometimes you may not be able to run as fast, but it don't mean you can't run. But I've seen people think, watch this, by conviction, believe themselves into deteriorating states of health, deteriorating states of mind, deteriorating states of quality of life. Am I making any sense to anybody? They believe themselves into, well, the doctor said this is supposed to happen. Well, the doctor said that's supposed to happen. Ask Angela Bassett if all this foolishness is supposed to happen. She don't even look her age. I can give you example after example. You know why? Because not only do they believe I don't have to be defined or pigeonholed or placed in a category based on somebody else's belief, but their beliefs prompt them to eat healthy, to engage in consistent fitness, to go out and enjoy their lives. That's why they keep showing up in the world with this conviction and looking great at what people consider to be an elevated, advanced age. Am I making any sense? I got a cousin right now. He's like 64 years old. He looks great. He looks exceptional. He's got a wife probably 20 some years younger than him. I think she's Asian. He just made a baby at 60 some years old. Robert De Niro just made a baby. I can keep going. Listen, if you keep sitting around here thinking, believing, and it's your conviction, well, when I get old, stuff gonna set in, and I'm not falling into that trap. And then people wondering why their joints are withering up. They're wondering why stuff is starting to ache and pain. When you get to a certain age, stuff's supposed to happen. See, if you keep saying that, you're telling your body, create a condition for things to happen to me. That's your conviction. You don't have to have that conviction. You can be like wine. You can get finer and finer with time. You can get better and better with time, as we say. Let me get on. Let me shut this down. Let me finish this up. So Sarah is operating under a custom in the ancient world, a belief system, a cultural narrative, religious or familial programming, historical events that said that it was all right for her to all right for her to give her husband another woman to make a child. That's the reason why it is believed that she did what she did. And I'm going to say this to you, and I'm going to be done, family. You don't need to help God. You don't need to help the source. The source don't need your help to manifest a miracle. My job is to believe it. Watch this. My job is to see it. That's how I manifest it. My part in the manifestation process is using my faith and my conviction to possess the thing that I desire. It's me. I am the identity of the person who has it. Once I become the identity of the person who has it in faith, then the creator, then the source, and this universe that this source has created, that is conscious, does its thing. It makes it do what it do after I have made it do what it do. God, the creator, source, and sustainer, makes it do what it do. It's his, we say his, it's business what the details are. Oh, I feel that one. I was taking a trip and I was manifesting more money, and a couple of days in the week, money was manifesting because I had said what the budget was. I had said what the money was. I need you to hear me. And I allowed God, I kept saying, with God, all things are possible. It's up to you. This is how I'm talking walking through the house. Other details there. It's not even my business. I don't even care. I don't even care. Yeah, I just know it's done. That's my part as a divine spiritual species who can focus my intention on something and the whole universe respond to me, including my God. But as far as the details, that ain't my business. It's not my business. Somebody could walk up to you off the streets. This is what gets me. There are many times the creator, God, is sending provision, but we don't like who the provision is. He's sending the money, he's sending the jobs, he's sending the opportunities, he's sending the open doors, but we don't like, we prejudice as it relates to who giving us the door, who has the door knob, who opened the door. Listen, that's not your business. So we don't micromanage it. We don't consume ourselves with saying, I don't have it, I'm going to have it, how am I going to get it, how am I going to get it, how am I going to get it, oh, I'm tired. No. Once you become the identity of the person whose partnership with God is so strong, you go to sleep at night now, whose partnership with God is so strong, you don't even care about the details no more. You say, I don't care if you use a woman. I don't care if you use a man. I don't care if you use a dog. I don't care if you use a drug dealer. I don't care who you use. It's not my business. I don't need to tell you to touch this person's heart or touch that person's heart or do this and that person. I don't have to come up with the plan. Watch this. Eventually, if I am to know the plan, God reveals the plan to me. Then I get up with inspired action and follow through with what was revealed to me. But she thought she needed to help God and created a mess, loaning her husband out. Hear me. Can I talk like AG right quick? Can I be me right now? Can I be me? Say yes or no if I can be me right now, because I just want to be me. I just want to be me. I just want to talk the way I want to talk right now. Can I do that? Say yes or no, because I need to know before I open my mouth and say this next thing, because if I get enough no's, I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. Okay, I got one yes. Thank you, Pamela. Can I get another one? Can I get another yes? Okay, Monica said yes. Listen to this. This was crazy. Sarah is literally saying, I am giving you another woman's lips, hips, thighs, and coochie, and you can have as much as you want just to make a baby, because maybe this is what God means. Ladies, don't ever do that. Men, don't ever do that. There is no substitute for you. You ought to be like, listen, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen in me, through me. If it ain't happening in me and through me, then we'll just adopt. I know they got surrogate mothers and all that. That's a different story. I'm not talking about listen, the old-fashioned way back then. It was no, we're gonna take a, sperm from over here and put it in. No, it wasn't none of that. No, he had to get down with the get down to make that baby. Don't be opening doors. I counsel people who got in messes talking about, I was sick and I couldn't do this. So my husband and I talked about it, and we brought another person in so he could have sex with. I've counseled people like this. And now she upset because they having sex behind her back. It ain't a threesome no more. It's not her watching. Now they doing their thing in a separate place, and she don't know nothing about it. And these were folk in the church. God don't need that kind of foolishness. He don't need your help with that. Your job is to, if it's the car, you sitting in the car. That's you. You're showing, using your creative power, you put yourself in the car. The details how you got into the car is God's business. It's the universe's business. It's the source's business. It's not your business. Start a business. Okay. You saw yourself with the building. You saw yourself cutting the ribbon at the grand opening. The details are not yours. If you really, 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 as Neville Goddard said, created that bridge of incidents from faith to the manifestation, then the opportunities would present itself to get you into the building. Who you need to call will be presented to you. Who calls you will start happening. The things you need to take, the steps you need to take after that will happen. It's not your business. And I know some of y'all some control freaks. I know some of y'all think you're supposed to control everything. The way you control it in faith is giving it to God. The way you control it with your conviction is turning it over to the Creator. The way you control it, family, is to watch this. Give that part of the details up. I got to stop here. I'm feeling something. I'm starting to feel something right now while I'm talking. This message is for somebody. I want you to type it in the comment section. The details to manifestation, or the details of my manifestation. Type this. The details about how it manifests in my life is not my business. The details to how miracles manifest in my life is not my business. It is not my business. I want you to type that in the comment section for me. It is not my business. My goodness, I feel that one. Now let me see if I can put, I want to put the giving opportunities up. I'm using a tablet, so this is a different thing. Tell me what you thought about the message. Tell me what you thought about the presentation. Let's see here. Let me just do this. I appreciate y'all so dearly. Look at the scrolling ticker at the bottom. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for typing it in the comment section. It's not my business. We got a creator, we got a beautiful soul watching us now. I'm not gonna call their name. Car got repossessed last week. I'm just saying it. I'm not gonna. Person reached out to me, said, what should I do? I gave him instructions on what to do. First of all, I said, when I finally got the word, get your car back. Secondly, I said, remember, circumstances don't matter. Person needed $2,600 and didn't have $2,600. Followed the instructions. Guess what? That person got their car back. Somebody sent them $2,600, and the person had money left over to pay other bills because she had a conviction that circumstances don't matter. The person was talking about, yep, I'm still going on my trip this weekend. You know, they were like, yep, I'm still doing everything I planned. Yep, and it's going to be this car back. I'm going to get it. That was the person's eventual response after they got over the shock of it being repoed. Hear me, stand firm in your power. Stand firm in your faith. Stand firm in your conviction. The money manifested with extra money to pay all the other bills that needed to be paid too, some other bills. Hear me, you're powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. This is what I want you to type it in the comment section. I really am powerful. Or type it like this. I am really powerful. There you go. Type it like that. I am really powerful. Come on, type that in the comment section. I am really powerful because I am. People, you're not bragging. The Creator made you this way. You don't have to go to nobody's church to be powerful. That's who you are. Stand firm. Your power is in your conviction. Your power is in your conviction, family. I'm going to say it again. Your power is in your conviction. Lord have mercy. Your power is in your conviction. Now see how God works. I didn't have no notes today. I didn't have my little notes today. We just talked from the heart. Your power, we didn't get to those other scriptures, but we finished. We said what we need to say. The power is in your conviction. Yes, I am really powerful. That's for real. Hold on to that. Don't allow circumstances to talk you out of that. Don't allow stuff that just pops up in your life that's unwelcome. And yes, I, like you, have stuff that pops up in my life that's not welcome. It's not welcome. So what do? I don't exert a frantic, panic energy and anxiety energy. I say, nope, you don't belong here. I'm immediately going into meditation while I'm talking in my mind, or I'm going to start talking with the talk that I want to talk until it changes. Because I really am powerful. Yes, you are. Own the power. This is some real stuff here. You really are. Yes, you, all of you, powerful. Powerful. That's who you are. Giving opportunities at the bottom of the screen, family. You can use $AG Green or AnthonyGGreen@hotmail.com to give by Zelle. I don't think I have the Chime, but you can look me up on your phone at Chime if you want to give it to me there. Yes, 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 yes. All of you, every person on here is powerful. Super powerful. Super powerful. Every person on here is super powerful. You don't need credentials to be powerful. You just need to be born. You just need to be who you are as a dynamic, powerful, divine, spiritual species. It makes you powerful. We just need to stand in that power, own that power, recognize that power, and learn how to utilize that power. Wow. All right, let me look at my time. Let me jump off here. I love and appreciate you all so much today. Thank you for listening, for tuning in. And I hope that this message has empowered you and strengthened you. Let's see by the comment section that somebody is ready to overcome the obstacles and challenges they may have had as it relates to faith. Let's see here. We got a testimony coming up on the screen here. Let's see if I can read that. It says, hey, Pastor Green, so after last week's teaching, I paid my phone bill, LOL, and I received 3 job offers paying better than the one I got fired from and with a better work schedule. Wow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Come on, let's celebrate that. We rejoice with those who rejoice. Yes, let's celebrate destiny right now. Awesome, awesome testimony. It works. It's real. Sometimes people are like, oh, does it really work? Oh, I ain't begging and slobbering and calling on Jesus and, starving myself. Does this work? No, this works because you're powerful. It's meant to work. Come on, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate that testimony. And she said, I was using, isn't it wonderful? Do y'all remember that? She said, I was using, isn't it wonderful? Did y'all catch that? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I feel that. So powerful. So powerful. Look at all of the folks who are celebrating. We got to learn how to celebrate each other. Your time is coming if it hasn't happened yet. Yes, yes, yes. Look at all of the wonderful things being said. We got to encourage each other. Powerful. Powerful. Simply, isn't it wonderful? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. I feel it. 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 This is awesome. That's right. Isn't it wonderful? Who's still saying that? I'm saying it. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? I made $250 just saying that. I made over $400 just saying, isn't it wonderful, family? Opportunities just popped up, money here, money there, this, that. Listen, this works. This works. Yes, 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 yes. This works, family. All right, who's been reading the blog articles? I got another video up on the power of consistency in our Patreon community. Who's loving the content in there before we get off? Who's loving the content in there before we get off? Members, paid members, we give you extra to get the good high-level stuff, and we even offer some stuff for our free members. If you haven't joined yet, family, you need to. You need to. Who has been enjoying the content thus far? Talk to me. Tell me how it's impacting your life. Tell me how it's impacting your life. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Misko said, I said, isn't it wonderful? When I woke up, awesomeness. Yes, 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 yes. Let's just talk about the content on Patreon. She says she loves it. Hillary, are these fire emojis for the content on Patreon? There's all kinds of stuff on there. And a new empowerment series is going to start, I think, this week after we finish the Deconstructing Religion post. I've already got you set up for the Empowering Becoming One, knowing that you're one with God post. Listen, you want to check it out. Look at here, my brother Brian White, who's a miracle, had a stroke, recovering from that miracle. I was just thinking about him last week. It's like, I have not talked to Brian in a while. I guess I'm going to have to call him. As y'all can see, I'm out of town right now. Yes, good to see you, my brother Brian. Let's see here. There we go. Y'all still showing love to Destiny. Thank you so much. And the fire emojis were for the content. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, it's our tribe. It's not for everybody. It's for those who are deconstructing and crossing over. And let's see here what Monica said. She said, I love the content there. Honestly, I joined the paid tier because I saw posting about 999, and that's something very specific to me. Look at that. Yes, I think I did an article on that 999 portal, and I also just did a recent article on the 1111 portal as well. Okay, so we got all kinds of stuff in there, and I keep my receipts. That's why I have to cite references, quotes from experts, and the articles that we put up there, as well as the videos we do. Got more good content coming, as they say, down the pipe for you real soon. And I know some of you can't check it every day, but just check it several times a week. Some of you, I have to do some binge reading. That's good, because we are a reading community, a reading, learning community. This is a community with a growth mindset. So that's why I intentionally don't make everything a video. I want you to read it, absorb it, comprehend it, and be able to apply it. All right. Yes. Thank you, sir. He says 1111 wealth, 1111 wealth portal blog was fire. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. Leave your comments. We also have a community chat in there, family. You can talk to each other in the community chat every day if you want to. And I'm looking for that chat to become more and more active as the membership base continues to grow in Patreon. All right. I'm going to release you with the shalom blessing. Thank y'all so much for being on with me today. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, and prosperity. Nothing missing and nothing broken. It is so, and so it is. Enjoy your day. See many of you all in a couple of days.